We are the Honeywell
Heroes, baby.
Got it. Week number 2. Nice job, man.
Hey, you didn't leave me hanging this time. Last time, look on video, I'm like,
no, yours is up there. Mine's hanging down. I'm like, hey, man, my bad. I didn't mean
we
to
was
leave you
hanging and swanging and banging, baby.
I like it, man. Hey, y'all, appreciate you being back here for week number 2.
That means one episode is done.
Yep.
And we're back again. You feel me?
You feeling good tonight too, aren't you?
Yeah, feeling real nice.
You know, hey, we've had a very interesting week, and I think we got a lot of good things to talk about this week that we've kind of learned over the last week. We've taken some feedback from our viewers, listeners.
Well, hey, here's the good thing about that. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, go. No,
but the good thing about that is that we actually have viewers and listeners.
I know. Because
when we filmed this last week, we had no idea what to expect, right?
True.
We were like, hopefully somebody listens.
And they did.
They did. We're at currently, as we're filming this right now, we're at like what, 650 or maybe a little bit more views, which I think is really solid for the first podcast ever, for one, and for two, we didn't really know what we were doing. No. I mean, sort of, but not really.
Not really.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like I said, we're trying to change. This is a new thing for us, and we're just going to roll. And
we're just learning and burning, baby. I'm full of these little phrases, I guess.
Loving it. All right, man. All right. I'm kicking this off. We're going to start with the Honeywell story from when we played at Honeywell. It doesn't matter when, not necessarily when we played together, but something. And I'm gonna let you. Do you have something? Unless you need some time to brainstorm.
Yeah, go. You tell your story first. Okay. I like that.
All right, I'll go first, and then
it better be a good one, dude.
This is gonna be a great one, and you guys are gonna love it because this is Tanner and I's first year playing together, 6th grade, going into 7th grade, playing for the Braves.
Yeah.
And I know you're gonna remember this when I say this guy's name, and I don't mean to bring this up because I feel bad.
Maybe just say his initials then.
No, I'm going to say his name because you have to.
Okay.
And if I don't, then I'm...
If you're lying, you're dying, right?
If you're lying, you die, man. Max Kroc. Remember him?
Well, I already know the story you're going to tell. Yeah.
I mean, I hate to laugh, but...
I'm pretty sure when this happened... If you're going to say the story that I think you're going to say, I'm pretty sure I was standing on second base when this happened. Okay. But I could be wrong, so go ahead.
Yeah, because I was in the dugout, and I batted third, and you were cleanup hitter.
Yeah.
And this... I'm not kidding, guys. But... To let you know about this story, this guy is batting. Tanner's on second base. This guy gets beamed in the chest with a baseball by the pitcher. Pitcher throws it, beams him.
It was hammer time. Like, there was no doubt about that it was coming directly at him. It wasn't like it slid by his sleeve or whatever.
No. Comes right at him, hits him in the chest. As the ball, though, is coming at him, he takes a full-on swing at the baseball. And he whiffs, but as he is swinging and whiffs, the ball drills him in the chest.
Blasted.
And this guy drops to the ground. And I remember being in the dugout, and we're like, I'm 13 years old. We're 13.
We were 13 then?
We were probably 12 or 13.
Yeah, well, we were probably 12, I bet.
12.
Okay. Anyway, whatever. That doesn't matter.
I hate to say, I'm laughing. I'm dying laughing.
Let me ask you a little more details about this. Okay. Do you know how many outs there were when this happened? Do you remember? I think there was 2 outs because I was on second base, and I'm pretty sure I was dying laughing too, and I just walked back in the dugout. I'm pretty sure. Because now that I forgot about that story until you're saying it right.
You might have, because if I remember right, you walked we're coming to the dugout. We thought he was going to be out because I think it was supposed to be strike 3, but they gave him the base, and the other team was saying, hey, no, he swung at the ball. And we're all like, dude, you swung at the ball like you're out, even though it beamed this guy in the chest. And he goes down, and I remember him coming up, and he's like, and I mean, you feel so bad. I feel bad now as an adult.
Yeah.
But we're all like laughing, and we're like, oh, like, dude, how do you swing at a ball like that? Nobody ever would. And then the umpire, they're talking, and they're like, they give him first base, and we're like, what? Did they feel sorry for him, or is that the rule?
No, they definitely felt sorry for him.
Like, or is that the rule?
I mean, it looked that bad. Visually, it looked terrible. So, yeah, maybe I didn't walk back to the dugout. If they gave him the base, I would have stayed there. But maybe I was, like, starting to walk back to the dugout because I knew if you swing, bro, and you don't make contact.
You're thinking, like,
that's strike 3.
Strike 3, I'm done.
Yeah, you're done.
I feel you.
You are done, zo.
And I kind of remember, I do remember thinking because I either probably hit a home run or like some weak ground out. So why I was probably on the bench. Where you batted fourth. I kind of remember you standing there, and I do remember him like falling to the ground, and I think everyone was just like, what's going on? I even think the parents were like, how do you swing at a ball that are you really that bad at judging a baseball and you get hit in the chest? But I remember laughing, and I think now I'm sorry. I feel bad about it.
You're apologizing. What? I'm 22 years later.
22 years later.
What a
I'm
nice
sorry,
guy.
bro.
You're a nice guy now.
But
you really redeemed yourself with that.
I appreciate you. Yeah, but that's what I remember. I don't know. There's some other stories I was thinking about this past week. But that's one of the stories that stuck in my mind because I remember that happening and everyone was like, he's on the ground and they're laughing, which is terrible. But at the same time, we're thinking like, oh, he struck out, the inning's over. And then the umpire's like a minute later, like, you get first base. And the other team's like, wait, what? This guy swung. Yeah, what's going on? So
it was definitely we're really sorry that you swung at that. You can have first base. Just take the whole bag. Like, just do it.
Maybe just let him score.
Yeah. Well, now that you're talking about that, it got me sparked up on one. Which this isn't even really that cool of a story because it makes me look kind of stupid. But I'm gonna say it because this is the only story that I have in my mind right now in this moment. Okay, so I remember one time at practice, Ron Johnson was my coach at the time. Oh, fine. Now, were you on my team when he was my coach? I don't think so.
I was not fortunate enough to be on the team with Ron Johnson as a coach.
This was probably minors then, maybe, was it? Did we play 2 years of majors together? Majors would be like 11 and 12 years old.
I was Cubs major,
and then
when Braves? I met you, and then the next year or last year we were on the Braves together.
I got you. So maybe it was probably my first year of majors. So I was probably 11.
Okay.
Anyway, so we were at a practice, and Ron, our coach, Coach Johnston, had a helper, and I can't remember his name for the life of me right now. We'll just say his name's Dave, but it's probably not. But it sounds right, or maybe Mike. I don't know. Whatever.
Common name.
So yeah, we'll just use a common name, Dave. So I remember we were practicing, and Dave was one of these guys that you probably, like now if you saw him on the streets, you'd think something was a little suspicious. So he probably shouldn't have been helping coach. But
I got you.
So back then, whatever, we didn't think anything of it. He was a little immature for being an older man. And so we had a scrimmage at practice, and I remember I hit the ball. I don't remember where I hit the ball to. It must have been like probably a line drive to the outfield, and it was rolling to the fence. So I was just running, in practice. And, if you guys have ever played baseball or softball practice, usually at the end you get to goof around. So it's kind of like one of them fun little scrimmage at the end of practice type of situations. So I'm sprinting, dude. I'm running. My other teammates are probably just throwing the ball around, and I'm running, blasting through second. And somehow Dave, this coach helper, gets the ball. And for some reason he was scrimmaging also, which he shouldn't have been, but he was, and he chases me down, dude. And I was running from third to home. He's on my tail screaming, dude, and I'm almost to home.
You're in a pickle.
Almost. I wasn't quite, and there was nobody at home, so he was just chasing me, trying to get me out. Well, as an adult coaching a kid's team, you think you'd just kind of either tap him or just let him have home. Ha ha, everybody's happy. No,
yeah, I feel you.
This dude full-fledged dives. Blasts into me, dude. Like, falls on top of me. I go flying. My helmet goes flying, dude. And I remember I got up and I threw something at him. I think I threw my helmet at him, and I was like, I quit. And I was crying, dude. And I like got in my mom's van and we're like, let's go. I'm not playing anymore. Which kind of funny now, but yeah, that was my story.
And I feel like just like the Maxwell, you've told me this story before, and we've laughed about it. Mm-hmm. That deal where he did that.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy?
Dave was what you call not a nice guy in the time.
It wouldn't work in today's.
Oh, dude, everybody would have been posting on social media. Yeah. They would have had DHS there.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, the FBI, DHS. You'd have everybody.
Yeah. But yeah, no, so that's a funny story, dude. But I mean, I went to practice the next practice. Everything was all good after I cooled down. But yeah, dude, he trucked me, dude. Blasted me.
Well, you were only 93 pounds then.
I was a little more. I was probably like 103 then.
So he just trucks you like he's Bo Jackson running over.
We were all laughing and having the time of our life, and this man just literally made me one with the dirt on the third baseline. No lie.
That's enjoyable to hear. Not because you got blasted, but just because anybody that's going to watch us and down the road when they become our age, if they're a young athlete,
Yeah.
they're going to have tons of things to talk about and be like, hey, here's my story or stories. Like, that's what we're doing,
So going off of these stories, yes, and
Go.
what you just said,
I got you.
these are memories that me and Stenda both remember vividly and clearly from when we played in Little League Baseball.
Yeah.
We're not talking about if we won or if we lost.
No.
So I always preach this to these kids too. Like, yes, everybody wants to win the game. That means you played well. But you're never going to remember when you get older what games you won and what games you lost. And if maybe you will, but it doesn't really matter. It's the experiences and like things like this, dude.
Yeah.
Like, so if you're a kid watching this or if you're a parent really worried about your kid doing well, make sure you just relax a little bit and know that they're just having a good time. And it's realistically more for the memories and the life lessons that you learn. And at the end of the day, we were 11, 12, whatever age we were. Everybody won, bro. We all got free pop at the end, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Shout
man.
out to G. Baker,
Man,
dude. We all
G.
got a
Baker.
free ice-cold soda.
It didn't matter if you got scraped by the 10-run rule.
Yeah, and
you was running for that pop like you was the World Series champion.
And if you didn't hustle during the game, you don't want to know when you hustled? Trying to get in line for that pop,
get
baby.
that pop. Hey, Johnny, where was that hustle? You're running down the first base
Oh,
line.
yeah, little Johnny.
Yeah.
Already eating his ice cubes by the time I got my pop.
Oh man, hey man, I got to give you one. That's a good one, dude. Yeah. I love it. Now we're gonna do this each week. We want to kind of start off with some Honeywell heroes stories to kind of get things kicking off. So I like that.
Yeah, if you guys are tuning in, listening, watching, if you have any really cool stories from playing at Honeywell or even in Little League and you want us to share and it's not like a novel, I would love to share it. Maybe we can share one a week too,
Yes.
something that somebody said. So feel free to let us know, man. We would love to share your stories too.
Yep. Comment, put it out there, and we'd love to share it. Absolutely. We just want to keep this fun and interesting, and yeah, watch maybe a random.
We don't want this to be fun, dude.
Nah, we're kind of boring. All right, we're gonna move on here a little bit. So we talked a little bit about high school sports last week.
Yeah.
So I did a little research this last week because I'm trying to pull my weight here because Random does all the editing, Random does a lot of social media. However, I will give myself credit. I am doing Facebook.
Yes.
Okay? I'm learning. Tanner's teaching me, Instagram, Snapchat, all those things because I don't use them very often. But I did some research on football for Clinton and Comanche. I did coach in Comanche when I was in college from 2009 to 2012. I did my first coaching gig was actually baseball at Clinton in 2009 with Coach David Lakin.
Oh, okay. Shout out to David Lakin again.
Of the Clinton River Kings. And I kind of just did a little bit of research on the programs in general and where they've been the last 4 or 5 years, a little bit of statistics, and I found a good website to kind of catch up on these things so we could talk about it. But I want to start with Clinton football. And, last night when I was talking to you about talking to Coach Nate Herrig, who is the head coach for the Clinton River Kings, shout out to Coach Nate Herrig. He's a 2005 graduate of Clinton High School. You will hopefully see him on one of these in the future.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think he'd be a good. I think Nate. You're at the same time. Well, obviously, we were in school together.
I was a rapper though, but yeah.
You was a rapper. No, you were playing baseball.
Oh, okay.
Sophomore year.
Oh, yeah.
When we were sophomores. You played up till junior year, till senior year.
I think, yeah.
You played
I
up
think
all
I
the
was.
way.
I think I was ineligible.
Okay, well, we're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
But here's what I found, like, football, when I started at Comanche 2009, the program was turning around. I think they had, we were 0-36 to start when I had my first year coming in.
Really?
So they had the longest losing streak in the state of Iowa.
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Because 2009 was my first year, and I was a freshman assistant, and they had the longest losing streak in the state of Iowa. Now, coming from Clinton, where we were pretty successful. I think our junior year, I was 6-3. Senior year, we were 4-5. We should have been better than that. I'm not going to talk about that.
4 and 5. Really?
4-5.
Okay.
4-5.
All right.
And so, seeing these stats, like for Clinton, they've had some changeover in head coaches. And I think, again, like we talked last week a little bit about having the stability, you have to give that coach time to implement their system. get their coaching staff, their off-season workouts, their system. You have to give them time to build the relationship with the kids and the community and the parents and the buy-in. You need buy-in from what? Both the parents and the kids. It's not just the kids. You need it from the parents. You need all those things. And looking back on Clinton the last 5 years, Coach Nate Herrig, I think this is his second year. They've had tremendous improvement. Going from a couple of years where they had like 0 wins, which again, you have a new coach, you have a new system, you have not the same amount of players going out, and you have kids that are kind of getting away from it and saying they're going to focus on another sport. I'm probably being biased because I'm sticking up for the coaches, but I've been in that spot. And then even being removed from it, I'm like, from the outside, I'm like, it is so much, there's so much that goes into that. So I looked up the stats, and one of the stats that I thought was this year for Clinton in their district, and the districts, they have like new districts now. I believe it's District 3. Their quarterback safety, Addison Binney, we talked about him a little bit.
Yep.
He had like almost 1,200 yards rushing as a quarterback and 17 touchdowns rushing the ball as a quarterback.
Pretty impressive.
And on top of it, he had some strikes throwing the ball at quarterback. It looked like a lot of their touchdowns were on the ground between him and the running back.
AJ? Yeah.
AJ Russell.
Yeah.
And they have him listed as a tight end and a defensive end on the roster that I found on GoBound.com.
That's weird. He ran them. He was pretty much
It was like a running back.
the running back. Yeah, from what I know. Yeah.
Because I know you know him, you know his dad. You guys have a little gig you guys have set up together.
Yeah. Toy Drive.
Okay, Toy Drive.
Yes, sir.
Which we'll talk about that a little bit later towards the end.
Okay.
But, looking at the stats, I was honestly impressed by seeing what at the quarterback, the running back position, even their wide receivers, a couple of key names here, and I'm bad with names. Last name is McGraw. He's a junior. And the way they spell on the website is Jhikeith.
Jai Keith?
There you go. Okay. Yeah. And I want to mispronounce
I think they call him Jai, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Him as a promising, so that Addison and then the Russell boy, they're both seniors, so they're going to be gone.
Yeah.
But those guys kind of seem like they were the bulk of the offense. And those statistics, I think Addison was averaging 6 yards a carry or more, and Ajay, was it Ajay? AJ. He was averaging 5+. That's pretty good.
I can't even walk 6 yards without being out of breath.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, get me some water or something. So, they're making improvements. But they have some people coming up there, again, like that McGraw, their Marcus Steen Jr., Ben Brown, I found offensive line, defensive line. They've got some promising people coming up. And when we now kind of talk about who the head coach is, Nate Herrig, me and Random both went to high school with him. I probably had more interactions because of football with him and basketball. But Nate Herrig, if you went to school with him or you knew him, he was a grinder. He was one of the hardest working athletes or persons I've ever met. And when I talk about this, as a young kid coming into the program, when we were freshmen, you think you're around a junior or senior and you're all these guys are going to dog you a little bit and maybe be hey, you're just a freshman. And Nate Herrig was always willing to help you as a young kid, in the weight room. And I remember maybe a little bit of baseball when we had baseball together. He was always willing to help kids. He was an older guy, but he wanted to help you in high school.
Always a nice guy.
Yeah. And he just he wanted to help you. And he wanted you to be better at that age when you're 16, 17, 18. So when he became the head coach, I'm in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, you can't go wrong with a guy like that. He was a standout athlete at Clinton. At football, I know he was first team all conference. Basketball, he played. He was track. I think he may have went to state and track. I could be wrong. But then he goes to UNI and he played offensive line for them at Division I, D1 AA. And he's the head coach there. And he has a way to just connect with the kids from what I remember. And then briefly outside of there, where I don't doubt that they have the right guy for that position. Here's the thing. This is all I will say from here on Clinton. They've got to give him the time to turn that program around and implement the system.
Well, you can't do it overnight, dude. Especially when a program is the way it is.
Yes, they've been. Not that we're trying to, but they've been down. It's had been down for a while. So you can't. It's like anything else. You just cannot bring him in and then say, after a year, like, well, if you don't win 6 games, like, no. There weren't a lot of guys winning 6 games every single year. You've got to give him time to.
And you got to get more kids to come out and want to, I mean, we talked about it last week, bro. These kids will leave to go to a different school, and then the numbers go down, and then other kids don't want to play because this kid's not playing. So I mean, that's all. It all goes all the way up to the top where the coaches got to get these kids to buy in, and vice versa. The kids got to give the coach a chance to let them buy in.
Yes.
So.
Tell me this. When's the last time, besides high school, maybe that is the truth, when's the last time you've been to a high school football game?
Oh, I went with Anthony, Kill Billy,
Okay.
RIP. We went to, why did we go? We went to a game for some reason. I think we watched David play, actually.
David Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, stud.
Yeah. Shout out to him. Just got signed to the Saints.
Hey, yeah, he just got signed to the Saints.
That's pretty cool, man.
How...
I think it's cool timing, too, because I just saw, I don't remember what social media, probably Instagram or maybe Instagram and Facebook, but he posted, I miss football, like with a sad face or a heartbreak or something. And then literally, a couple days later, boom, signed. So that's cool, man. Good for him.
I mean...
And cool for Clinton, cool.
He was such a stud.
Yeah.
And he is. And I honestly, here's the only time I never cheered for him. He's been in the league since, 15? I think 2015.
Okay.
Third round draft pick, 86 pick, I believe. The only time I never cheered for his team, not him.
What, when they played the Steelers?
When they played the Steelers.
Well, of course. Duh.
But here's the thing.
Trust me, they all know.
Okay.
They know.
I'm just saying. But here's the thing. I want everybody else to know. I cheered for him individually, not for his team to win. And the last time I know he scored a touchdown against the Steelers was 2020 when Ben came back from his arm surgery, and they were, but to watch him come back and, get I think he got signed to the practice squad, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. I have no doubt that he's going to make that roster. They're going to cut somebody, put him on there.
Yeah.
And especially once they see what he can do. He's a freak of nature, and just talk about a great guy.
Hey, you want to know some cool facts, guys? That I've told people this in person before, but since we're official on the podcast, did you know he was ranked number 2 in the world running back at one point?
Like in the NFL?
Yeah, like behind.
He was like Le'Veon. Him and Le'Veon.
And what was the other guy? Todd Gurley. It was like them
TG.
3, wasn't it?
Yeah. TG, him and Bell.
So, I performed at David Johnson's Sweet 16 birthday party.
No, you didn't.
Cool fun fact.
Why are you lying?
I did. It was cool. I actually think Tiffany Harris is the one who made it happen. Shout out to Tiffany. Cool.
Really?
Huh? Yeah.
You've never told me that.
Yeah. We performed there, dude.
So that would have been
that's my 5 minutes of fame.
So we got to get him on this podcast.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And you know why we're going to get him on here? Because we can.
Okay.
And we're going to do it. And
Deal.
All right.
Deal.
I like it. But that on football, that for Clinton, and we're going to kind of skip it. We're going to try to each week hit
a little bit about Clinton sports.
Comanche, Northeast.
Maybe some
Fulton, and DeWitt. But give us time, guys. We want to kind of incorporate this once we start getting guests. But I want to touch on Clinton because just this week, because that's, where we're,
2007 class of, baby.
Yeah, love it. And who was
Hey, did you know our class photos hanging in your bro?
Oh, man.
All of them are, actually.
What
in the lobby area. I don't know. I was looking sweet, though, dude.
What were you wearing? Do you know?
Nothing.
Okay.
Just kidding. I don't know. Probably flip-flops and jeans or something.
You were wearing Aeropostale
definitely,
or American
definitely
Eagle?
in a button-up shirt with my hair all swooped to the side.
You went some went through
I went through some weird phases, bro. I know.
I don't get it because you'd show up.
I never changed. I don't think my personality.
No, your personality.
My outfits always changed.
No.
One day I would show up with some Air Force Ones on that were see-through, and you could see my socks. And then the next day I'd be an Abercrombie guy.
Weird. I absolutely 100% remember that.
I don't know. Weird.
I loved it.
I also went through a phase where I wore size 42 waist Dickie shorts, and my waist was probably a 34 back then.
Yeah.
Now it's not.
It's probably a 36 now, but yeah. You've had a few since that time, 15 years. You've had a few snacks.
I've gotten really comfortable with life, and I'm content, guys. Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I like it.
Speaking of snacks, hey, let's talk about snacks for a second. Just real quick, we're gonna preview.
Okay.
So tonight we're gonna try Backshop Pizza's fire truck pizza. Shout out to Backshop Pizza. They actually donated the pizza for us to do on this podcast episode. So we're going to get to that at the end because if it's too hot, I'm not trying to die again.
Yeah, because you were, and I thought I was going to.
I was crying like a girl. Yeah, that's cool, though.
I like it. Okay. While we're doing the shout outs, Backshop Pizza and it's Rachel Davidson.
Yeah.
She was a year behind us in high school, I believe.
Yeah. I actually walked into Backshop to pick it up a little bit ago, and they're like, "Oh, hey Tanner, I'll go get your pizza." I didn't even know
that's
she was.
cool.
I don't think I did. I don't know. If I know who you are, sorry.
It's all good. We're doing shout outs. I'm gonna give one out here. I got some
oh, this is shout out hour?
Well,
or shout out minute.
Let's shout out minute. We're going to use a minute or two here. So I got some Ray's energy drinks, and I have never had these. And a friend of mine, Corey Snodgrass, who works for the Comanche Police Department, is the school resource officer there, and also is a wrestling coach. I'm not sure. I think he's coaching girls wrestling.
Oh, that's cool.
He's going to be doing the girls program.
Nice.
He is a insider or inside. What do you call him? An insider. Oh. I made some notes on this. This is how I need to brush up on stuff. He is a insider insider for their.
That's you really got this down, dude.
Wait, insider for their products. Does that make sense?
Sure.
What he like
a rep?
Yeah, he's like a rep for
Okay.
and they're but the company is called. Gosh, what is it called?
Good Lord. Here, you figure that out. I'll shout out the next thing.
It's terrible. I'm totally messing. I don't know.
I'm going to shout out to this cup. You want to know why? Because I required these cups.
Hold on. No, stop. Rep Sports.
Okay.
He's he distributes this stuff for Rep Sports.
He's a guy.
He's a guy, and I appreciate him. He's a great guy. I've known him for a long time. But he gave us quite a bit of energy drinks, and they're here.
Cool.
So
thanks, bro.
Cool. Yeah, whatever,
so I'm going to shout out to this cup, man. This actually is my former elementary school principal's possession.
Who's that?
Jack Pringle.
I had his wife was my kindergarten teacher.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
So he recently passed away. R.I.P. to Jack Pringle. He was a good guy. But I knew somebody that did the clean out of his house, and there's tons of Iowa Hawkeyes stuff in there. And I got one of his cups. This cup is from the homecoming of 1992. I don't know if you can see it. And another cool fact about this is the game in 1992 homecoming was October 24th, 1992, which was one day before my little sister was born. So that's cool. Shout out to Angie.
Angie Lee Skiff.
This cup was one day older than you. That's weird, actually.
So it's old.
Yeah. Real old.
She just turned 30, didn't she?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. We were over there for her birthday.
Mm-hmm, we're old.
Yeah. Yeah, we're young, though. But, all right, we got the shout-outs. So we got some other stuff. We're going to get into, like, the coaching stuff at the youth levels, all that. But we're going to do a little bit of our talk real quick, like the sports, football or NFL, bowls, all that. But
Let's do it.
Here's the thing. I'm a liar to you guys. I'm sorry, but I didn't watch any basketball this past week.
Wow. You were too busy worried about this, huh?
I was, honestly, this whole week I've just been thinking about it 24/7. Like, that's signature. You have to do that every week.
This microphone probably stinks already.
Oh, man. We're going to have to wash it, clean it. I don't know. Throw it in the washer and then put it in the dryer.
Is that my thing? You got to have people guess the timestamp of when I burped and they get a free gift.
Yeah, man. I mean, you kill, honestly, you could probably end up in the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest belch.
That one wasn't that long. That was deep. No. It came from the heart.
It was very, a lot of authority. So I kind of want to start with the bull, and I don't know why I didn't. Here's why. I have a YouTube TV app, but I have to pay like $80 a month for it to get the NFL, and I found other ways to watch NFL, obviously. Oh, and then I'm like, why am I paying $80 a month? So I canceled it.
Okay.
So now I can't. I got to find a way to watch the NBA, which I think I found some ways.
Okay.
But I'm going to leave that to you. So here's the thing. I know you're a big Bulls fan. So you got to tell me, because I did find some stats on them, and they're at the bottom of their conference, the bottom.
I know, it's crazy too.
But they're better than the Lakers, record-wise. Which, if you guys think, if you all think LeBron James is the GOAT, listen, guys, I don't.
That's a whole separate conversation.
It is, but I mean,
we can have it. We'll have it with a guest.
We will.
We'll have a LeBron versus Michael conversation with a guest. I know it's a dumb debate. I hate actually seeing a debate because it's not really comparable. In my opinion, they're two different players, but you see it all the time in the media. So maybe we can just put it to rest with somebody. I don't know who, but somebody. So, anyways, you want me to talk about the basketball a little bit?
Well, I mean, you go. Yes,
So here it is.
Go for it.
So when I was a kid, man, I actually was a big Detroit Pistons fan. My whole room was decked out. I had even my light switch cover was Grant Hill. Like, I love Grant Hill for some reason.
Number 33?
Yeah, I just acquired it. So that's why I got this, if you guys want to.
Oh, man. What's it say, 313?
Yeah, 313, bro. This is the shady Detroit Pistons Eminem. Hi, my name is.
Look at that name tag. Wow.
See that, guys? So, yeah, I kind of grew up liking the Pistons for no reason at all. But as I got older and I kind of restarted watching NBA, I really started liking the Bulls. And I think they put together a really solid team, but I'm not sure if the team's really – they're so up and down, man. Like, some games will just kill it, and then some games are just – looks like they're sleeping. Like, I watched the game the other night, and I don't know if they even played defense one possession, bro, to be honest with you.
So they pulled the James Harden?
Yeah, man. Even the commentators were, like, talking about it like, man, like, what are you doing? You got to play defense, man. Like, it was rough, dude. And
so what does it remind? Like, does it remind you of?
Well, I sit there and I just shake my head like I'm watching youth sports. Sometimes, not saying that youth sports are bad, but I'm just like, it's like they don't have it figured out yet or something. I don't know, bro.
So it's just like more of a I mean, I say and one, but I think that's really kind of what it is. Like, there's not a lot of defense. It's all on offense.
They're not switching right. Like, there's a lot of mismatches on defense when they're switch, and there's no help on the switches, and it's just watching NBA. Like, they should have this together, bro. I feel like, but I mean that's why they're at the bottom of their conference, and I don't know, man. It's like some. I mean, their new guy Io DeSumo, he when he's has high energy, I feel like it helps the team a lot. But it almost seems like their bench squad, bro, comes in and does better than the starting lineup. And I don't know if it's like they just have something to prove or what, but it feels like that. You can feel the energy watching it, even through the TV, man. So I need to go to a game in person. That's what I need to do.
Remember we went to a game like 7 years ago?
Yeah,
Who'd they play? The Pistons?
Yeah, but it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Remember, it was like they were already out of the playoffs or whatever. So
I'm pretty sure we just drank hella beer. I'm gonna say we drank hella beer. Remember at that Remember we were at that hotel?
And we had them shrimps.
Oh, we had them. Yeah,
them scrimps,
Yeah.
baby. They were hot, weren't they?
Well, they were fire, but we were like,
oh yeah, and that guy wanted to fight me.
we don't even want to talk about that.
Okay.
We were just being good citizens, and
we really weren't doing nothing.
No, we were just trying to have fun. This guy,
he wanted to fight me because
it.
I look nice.
Yeah, you're dressed nice, and I was wearing a number 1. Was it Derrick Rose jersey?
I think so.
Yeah, D Rose. All right, so tell me this before we move on from the Bulls. Who's the best player on their team?
On the Bulls team?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
in your opinion, just who you watch, like what I'm going to say this all-around player, offensively and defensively.
that's tough, bro. Because I'm telling you, bro. Their best player on the team is easy. I mean, their all-star guy is DeMar DeRozan, and I know I said this last time, but Io is really fun to watch. He's gotten a lot better. He was a rookie last year. He went to Illinois, and this year I feel like even the commentators were saying like he spent a ton of time like really working on his shot in the offseason and all that stuff. So he actually tries on defense, and I really like watching Alex Caruso. But I mean, he's definitely just one of them guys that brings in the energy, and he's more of a defensive guy. So he leads the team in steals. So
is he like a Scottie Pippen?
No.
Pip? Oh,
no,
so he's not as good.
Is
there anybody as good as that crew?
No.
Pippen, Jordan, Rodman, all those guys. Is there anybody on there you could say right now, like, okay, you remember
DeMar DeRozan's good, bro. He would have been on that starting 5.
Who would he replace?
I don't know who he'd replace. I guess I'm not thinking of it from that aspect,
but he would have been a contributor.
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
yeah.
I got you. Okay.
Like, there's Scottie Pippen now. Like, if DeMar is Jordan now, their Scottie Pippen would probably be Zach LaVine. But Zach LaVine's hurt all the time, bro. So I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. I love watching the Bulls, but sometimes I shut the game off like in the middle of the fourth quarter, or maybe before. So whatever.
Yeah, because you get. I mean, you're
just
kind
of like, man, bro. Like, you know. It's like, come on, get it together.
You're up, You start becoming a fan longer. I think everybody else that's an actual sports fan of a legit team, you kind of do take it to heart, not too overboard. But yeah, okay.
Trust me, I know how it is, and I know you know how it is too.
Yeah, I know.
When you love a team, you love a team. Speaking of loving a team, how about them Steelers, boy?
Oh, baby. Hey,
I heard some people said if it's gonna be talking about Steelers, we ain't gonna listen no more.
Yeah.
But guess what? What are we going to do?
Who's that, Trickle?
A few people.
That was Trickle.
Yeah. There's a couple other people.
Okay, I got you. Listen, here's the deal. Kenny Pickett, great game. 18 for 30, 200 passing yards. I think he had like 50 yards rushing, gets a score. TJ Watt's back. He's the game record. I mean, that's why we won the game, because of everything he can do on defense. And he makes the defense, just like everybody was talking about on ESPN, was that, hey, when Watt's in there, he's the game changer. And he is. Do I think Pittsburgh's going to have a winning season? No, they're not going to.
It'll be the first time in a while, right? Or the
18
first time they've had a losing season.
Yep.
In 18 years.
Yes. Yep. First time in 18 years, which is fine.
Right.
Again, I'm passionate about them, just like anybody else is about something. But I'm realistic, so.
Well, they're not always going to be great forever.
No.
So that's just the way that goes.
No. Yeah, it's sad. It sucks, but I can live with it. I was happy with that game. They beat Andy Dalton, who used to be, Bengals quarterback for a long time, which Ben throttled him for a lot of years, which is fine. But I like Kenny Pickett. I think he had a good game. He didn't have any turnovers. I still don't think that he I don't know. He needs time and experience. The one thing I'll say to any Steeler fans, because if you are a Steeler fan or you watch NFL, which you need some help there to get that open.
I got it.
Jaylen Warren, who is the undrafted, hey, this is a guy you're going to like. I know your face is hurting here.
Who?
Jaylen Warren.
He plays for the Steelers?
Undrafted free agent, 2022. I'm going to take the first one.
You're going to hit the first one?
I'm going to take the first one.
Okie dokie, little buddy.
Oh, boy.
Okie dokie, old Smoky. That's what this brand is, Old Smoky.
Y'all, man. Whew. I know that hits hard there. He's undrafted free agent running back, and I believe he runs better north and south. And this past week he ran the ball. He got a lot of different carries, different role, and he caught the ball in the backfield. And I'm just going to say this. Najee Harris, I love him. He's from Alabama, first-round pick last year. He doesn't have the giddy-up. He doesn't have the the quickness. He doesn't have the speed. He does have the physicality, but he likes to dance. Jaylen Warren likes to run north and south. He's quick. He's strong. He's got good hands. I would like to see him in a way bigger role, and honestly, I'd rather see him take the majority of the carries. And I'm going to leave this for Steeler fans, anybody that is watching this. Say what you want to say about it, but I've watched him my whole life, and guess what? He's like a Willie Parker. If anybody knows Willie Parker, that's 2005 Super Bowl win. Guy was undrafted free agent, had like 1,300 yards his first year. So I was happy with the Steelers win. We've got a lot of work to do. I'm not going to go any further besides, hey, keep doing what they need to do, keep improving, get better, and get rid of Matt Canada. When we get rid of Matt Canada, guess what? I'll be out of here. You don't have to listen to me talk about him, and I'll be the offensive coordinator for the Steelers. So we're going to move on from there. We're done with the Steelers. Because that's just good enough.
Are you going to get fired up if you keep going?
No, we don't. Like I said,
we're not going to talk about Matt Canada. What we should talk about, though, is how fire Tom Brady is at catching a ball. I know you saw that, bro.
And they were playing in Germany. In Germany.
I saw somewhere, I don't know if this is true, but I saw that he said, like, there was only a certain amount of tickets available, but there was like 300,000 people that wanted tickets, or 3 million. It was some crazy number. So I can't remember what. But yeah, he really did it for him on that pass there, on that catch.
So
I know you guys saw it. I know you know what we're talking about.
Anybody that's a football fan was watching that game, and was it Leonard Fournette? I can never say his name. I have it written down. Fournette. Yeah, good running back. Whoever decides to throw that ball to him.
Wasn't it like on a third down play too?
I think it was like they were driving almost in the red zone.
I've seen a lot of those plays that work and they look awesome.
Yeah, but when it doesn't,
wow,
that
was an example of when it doesn't. Oh my God!
He throws that ball and Tom Brady says, "Hey man, I slipped." Well, hey man, you slipped, or guess what? Listen, what's the guy's name in the movie A White Men Can't Jump with Wesley Snipes?
I don't know his name.
No, you would know him. He is in all kinds of movies. Woody Harrelson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's who I write. Like, it's like he goes up and he's not even close. It's like, here's Tom Brady jumping, and here's Woolen was the defensive back. He's like this, like, I already outjumped you. Well, Brady trips, and he did. And then Woolen picks it. And what's Brady do, though? Here's how savage he is. But how is he not the GOAT after this? He trips him.
Oh, yeah,
Woolen comes down, he trips him. He's like,
you're
hey,
right.
man, you ain't going nowhere. That's cool if you get the pick.
He's like,
but you ain't going anywhere.
You ain't going to embarrass me even more.
Yeah. That was cool. Like, I just like to see him do stuff like that where people are like, why did you do that? But then again, like, why? Here's the thing. Why not?
That's the question. That's how you guys should all live life. Why not? You know?
Hey, a coach in high school told me one time this. Mediocre athletes ask why. True champions ask why not.
What a quote.
And that guy, I hope we bring on here someday. I'm not even going to say his name.
That'd be cool. It would be fun to bring him on here.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Okay, I got you.
So we were talking about catches and how amazing Tom Brady is at catching the ball.
Yes.
Which it actually really doesn't have nothing to do with him catching the ball. It's more like he needs to stay on his feet.
Yeah.
But we're going to go into something that actually was a legit catch. What do you think about Justin Jefferson's catch?
Oh boy. It's in the Hall of Fame.
So you know that? all these kids always are saying like I want to Odell. I want to Odell. I feel like this is better.
Greatest catch.
That was better.
How was that not like in the circumstance? Okay. If you think about like the circumstances, like the time, like what was going on, it's fourth and like what, 18 or 20 or whatever it is. You're in the fourth quarter and you're down. You have to score. And Kirk Cousins actually is not a bad ball. It's just great coverage, right? Because you're going to cover Jefferson.
Yeah.
And how under the circumstances of that throw and catch, I'll just say it. I don't care. And again, people say, you're an idiot. I don't care. Greatest catch of all time. The way he did that, the coverage, the throw, the situation. Absolutely. Okay. Regardless, maybe, yes, it's not in the playoffs. It's not the Super Bowl, but that was, I mean, come on. How do you compete with that? The way how could anybody do that? How could they? Right. So what do you think? I mean, you watched it. I know you saw it, or at least saw it.
Yeah. I agree with you. I don't have anything else to add or subtract.
I mean,
it was one of the best things I've ever seen in football.
And anybody who's a Vikings fan, which you're a Bears fan, or at least you follow the Bears. You don't like the Vikings, kind of like you don't like the Packers.
Yeah,
I don't like the Vikings. I never have. I have a few friends. A good friend of mine back from Dysart is Tarek Gokin, which I'm going to give a shout out to.
Shout out
to Tarek. He loves the Vikings. I
always wonder how people can love them.
I don't know. Kenny Schmitz. We call him Big Head.
Yeah.
Kenny Schmitz, big Vikings fan. Aaron Frederick, friends of ours.
Yeah.
They're. I don't know how you can because, man,
it was weird. I did a show in Minnesota earlier this year.
Yeah.
In Rochester, and we went to the Walmart there, dude. And like when you go to Walmart, like in your city, well, especially like if you're from this area, you go to Walmart and you see like what Packers and Bears and I guess maybe, but you see more like Bears and Packers.
Yep.
Well, in Minnesota, it was literally like Viking stuff everywhere. And I'm just like, my stomach was hurting or something. I don't know. It was weird. It was just weird seeing it, bro. It was a weird thing.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about
It's great. Honestly, though, I like you bring that up because, I saw that his gloves and his like armband are going in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's dope.
They took it and put it in there. So
that's dope.
Good for him.
That's what we call fire. What is it? That's a W. That's a W catch.
W catch?
Remember?
Yeah.
Remember Jada?
Oh, man. Yeah. We're trying to learn lingo from 8th graders, and we're like, 50 years old.
He's a W.
He's a W. Like, who says he's a W?
You want to know? So you want to know what was an L?
What?
If he's a W, what was an L is the Eagles losing to the Commanders.
I saw that.
I mean, it was an L and an L.
There, I'm here. You saying this like I'm not an Eagles fan or Commanders fan, obviously. I know you're not.
Yeah.
But you get beat by Henneke's.
It was cool. It was cool to watch for me.
Yeah, because he's an underdog.
Yeah. I always like seeing the underdogs.
Yeah.
Another underdog, Jeff Saturday, bro.
Yeah.
Start of the weekend, Saturday. Everybody loves Saturday.
I know. And, everybody's trashing him,
But he's 1-0.
And he beat the Raiders, and he said, hey, guess what? He was trashing them a couple weeks prior as an analyst.
Really?
Yeah, he said, I think his tweet was like, well, the Raiders are awful. Well, then he gets a head coaching job for the Colts.
Beats them, bro.
And beats them.
Wow. I saw a stat the other night, and it's completely unrelated, but I saw Jeff Saturday is 1-0 on the road this year. and the Golden State Warriors are 0-7 on the road.
Oh, and so, yeah,
I did. They're 0-8 now.
0-8, yeah. I did see that. I saw the stat on the Warriors, not just Saturday.
They put the thing side by side. It's unrelated, but it was kind of funny. Maybe it was a meme. I don't know, whatever. But
yeah, I mean, that stuff, like, talking about him, like, he played at a high level with Peyton Manning.
That sounds so cool.
It does. Mine's not. Mine's almost running out, but that's okay. We get some moonshine.
Just shake it, bro, and it'll spray everywhere. No, don't.
But yeah, no. I hope he does well. I think there's other more qualified people, obviously, because he has no NFL experience or college. But you know what? Here's the thing. At the end of the day, that's who they chose to go with. And you know what? I hope it works out for him. We're not wishing anything bad on him. Yeah. And guess what? If he works out, great. If he doesn't, guess what? You can say you never should have hired him and move on with your life.
That's right. And even if we do wish bad on him, he's probably never going to hear this.
No, he doesn't care what we think.
He does not.
And I like it because you know what? He would talk smack to Peyton Manning.
Would he?
If you go to YouTube, there's a video of him and Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's talking smack to him because Jeff Saturday on the sideline is saying, we need to run the ball down here, because they throw the ball like 4 times in a row or 3 times. Yeah. And Peyton Manning snaps on him. Well, then Jeff Saturday's like, hey, man, you talking to like a 300-pound dude. I'm about to scrape you real quick here. So I give it, I think he'll be fine because he has the playing experience, but there's a lot of, So I feel you on that. Where do you want to move? We got a few things here left. Where do you want to move to?
I don't know. I want to move to somewhere nice and warm.
Nice and warm. You want to go with the...
No, I just meant legit. Like, it sucks that it's cold outside.
Well, you go to Fulton, Illinois.
Okay.
They got
South Clinton, dude.
South Clinton. Is there a bridge still on there?
Have you guys ever got on YouTube and searched it was like drive through Clinton in 1990 or something? I watched it. This dude uploaded a video of him driving through South Clinton in 1990. Have you ever seen it?
On YouTube, yes.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. And he's like commentating the whole time. It's kind of a weird thing, but he kept saying the same thing over and over. I can't remember what he kept saying. But anyways, whatever. It was cool. Anyways, okay. Yeah, you said, where do you want to move to? I said, somewhere warm. You said Fulton. I said, South Clinton. What great choices. Not anywhere with a beach, but we're going to choose Fulton and South Clinton. So,
I like it.
What do you want to get into, bro? What should we discuss for these people, bro?
I think here we need to do one point that we got to do to like our challenge and finish off here.
Yeah.
But let's like briefly here, because I think we can talk for 5-6 minutes about this. Let's talk about sports here in Clinton community, Comanche, wherever. Let's talk about the importance of the youth programs and getting the right. Well, we don't even need to talk about the coach. Yes, getting the right coaches, people in those positions, so they're ready when they get to the high school, the varsity level. Because when I think back to when we were playing, and I think back then, like, I didn't think about it much. Like, you just thought, like, you had, like, well, I'm just going to say this. You had, like, Johnny was the coach for your 5th grade football team, and he ran this offense. And he handed the ball off to David, who was the best running back on the team, and they ran the sweep or the end around or, whatever, and they scored every time. And we were like, oh, yeah, we won. This is great. But what did that really do for us? It didn't do anything.
Okay.
Because if you think about it, like, they were never teaching us the things that the basic fundamentals for us to master those things.
Okay.
To be ready for when we get to the high school level, to where now, it's so hard for them to get coaches. And then the people that they get some good people, but then they get some people who are like, I have my own agenda. I want my boy, my kid, or my girl, my daughter to play this position. And are they teaching them the fundamentals they need to be prepared for when they get to the high school level?
Yeah. And see, I don't think like the organizations especially locally, I mean, it's not their fault by any means. And I don't even know if you should say fault as a word, but it's more of like, I think it's a combination of a lot of things stirred up into a big pot. Like, for one, people don't want to volunteer their time because a lot of people don't have the time to volunteer time.
No.
Nowadays, because everybody's got to work multiple jobs just to make it ends meet, So that's one.
Agree.
2, kids are not held accountable like they used to be held accountable. And honestly, adults aren't either, realistically.
So
okay. As a coach, what my point is, as a coach, it's hard to coach a team and be stern with the kids without them either getting mad and not wanting to try harder, but doing the opposite because you yelled at them, or because their parents don't want you to yell at their kids anymore, or because simply you just can't, because that's just the way society is, So I feel like that also scares coaches away, and people would rather just bring their lawn chair up, sit in their chair, record their kid on the phone, and go home. But a lot of those people also are the same people that are posting on Facebook like, my kid only got to play 30 seconds of the game, and blah blah blah. So it's such
your kid's not very good.
It's such a sensitive thing, It
is.
And I don't necessarily have a strong opinion either way.
Right.
But I mean, I just see it from all angles. I've been the coach, I've been the parent, I've been the player. I'm obviously not a player in 2022. I mean,
right.
I'm a player. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But it's just different, bro. It's definitely a touchy subject depending on who you talk to about it, especially.
Well, and see, that's the thing. Like, the more we get people on here, like, especially because some of this stuff, like we're talking about, like, we want to gear towards like our guests who are coaching, former athletes, current athletes, etc.
Sure.
But we're not ever going to try to offend anybody or blast any. We're not that. We will never do that.
Yeah.
But it's being realistic, and I think at the end of the day is for us to say, this is what it actually takes to have a solid foundation and a successful program. I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, like I said earlier, it takes so much time and effort from the community, from the parents, and from the buy-in from the kids and buying into that program. They're unrealistic sometimes, and they believe it's going to happen overnight.
Oh yeah.
That's just hey, my kid's out. Like, he's been to all the weightlifting sessions. But your kid comes to the weight room and he doesn't lift any weights.
Yeah, listens to music the whole time or just talks to the boys,
Yeah.
Or for example, I coach my daughter's soccer team. And I remember this, maybe it was first or second practice. I don't remember. But either way, so I got to practice and I was like, all right, girls, get on the line. You guys are going to run around the field. No big deal. Like, let's get our legs warm. We're going to run one lap around the field. One girl looked at me. She's like, Tanner, why do you expect me to run? All I've did all summer is watch TikTok. I started cracking up laughing, but I'm like, seriously? It's like, we don't want to run. Are you kidding me?
Did you say get the hell out of here? Get the hell. I mean, what are you doing?
I was like, just go. Come on.
You're just trying to be like, hey, man.
Yeah, but that's the point. These kids also don't want to work. They I think a lot of them play sports nowadays just to say they played sports, to post it on Snapchat and like be a part of this team and oh my God, I'm whatever. But I mean, I'm not saying all the kids, but some of these kids do that. They just want to be a part of something, man. But the social media has changed the game a lot, especially for the kids, bro.
Because we just, when we were in school from 03 to 07, it just wasn't there. And
yeah, I got text messaging the year after we graduated. So that makes me sound like a dino.
Really? You were down because I got it when we were sophomores on my Nokia cell phone.
When you had to like
the T9 texting or whatever?
Well, you could do that. That was the faster version. I used to just hit 666, 88, or whatever,
Okay, I got you. Yeah, man, wow, see how much it's evolved. It is, and I think it's just hard because...
I mean, now the sad thing is these kids nowadays have a way to rate how cool they are. Back then, you were just cool or whatever. But now it's like, oh, you have this many followers? So now these kids in school, it's like they all want to have more followers. And it's sad, but it's the truth of the way that the world is.
They won't figure it out until like they get older. And we were in the same boat, right? Because we do our parents and people are like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. And then we go over and we're like, oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Right.
But I guess, because I think that's a good way to kind of end the bulk of the stuff we were talking about for this week, because we're going to have a guest next week, our first one, who coaches and was a standout athlete for Clinton to kick it off. But it's just it's changed so much, and we just want people to see in the community as a whole how much it takes to build a program, let it thrive, and to maintain it. And it's stability. I think at the end of the day, it's stability, and you have to buy into it, and you have to believe in that. And if you're gonna hire somebody for a year and then kick them loose, then you're doing no good for your program. So
big facts.
I like it. All right, we're moving on here because we got to wrap up here real quick. Not that we're on a time constraint, but we kind of what you doing here, man?
I think we should get into this. We should just jump in it. Right, people? Ooh. You guys enjoyed this part last time with me crying like a little girl about this, too. But
Do I even want to?
so this is the pizza from Backshop Pizza. So Rachel hit me up like, yeah, we got this pizza called the Fire Truck Pizza. It has chicken, onions, tons of jalapenos, and Frank's double or triple hot sauce. That's what she said.
I don't even want to know.
So I hope they put extra hot sauce on here just to make me miserable. But I don't know.
So what is it called?
The Fire Truck.
The Fire Truck Pizza at Backshop Pizza.
Yeah, so shout out to Backshop once again. If you guys ever are in the area or you live here, make sure you support them because you should. And the pizza smells really good. It smells hot.
It does, but I'm about to be.
You're just going?
Yep, it's hot.
Is it hot? Am I gonna cry?
It's not good for me right now. It's actually really not that bad. Yeah, it's getting bad.
Oh, you already drinking something?
No, I just wanted to. Actually, it's not that bad at all. It's hot, but it's not like killing me.
Not yet. No, this is.
What do you think?
It's good.
Yeah, you're right.
It's
Bro, you definitely, dude, I don't know what it is, but you can't handle it, man.
it tastes good though. It's oh.
You got the Stenda
Why is
hookups,
it? Why
man.
is it me? Why is it me? Why does hot stuff make me do that? Oh,
You all right?
I don't know.
We're good, man. You know, take your time. I'm gonna do just a little corner. This is like, look how small it is.
Ooh, that was a good crunch. I'm about to throw up.
I thought you could handle it, but I don't think you can.
I don't know what it is, bro. I feel like if we weren't doing the podcast, I can't even talk.
It's
Oh
okay.
my god, dude! Are you kidding me?
How you doing? You're a lot better than the wings.
Yeah, I was dying with them.
Yeah.
We should have added some hot sauce.
But you're like your eyes. I mean,
I'm gonna sweat. My eyes are
it's still hot.
Let me get another slice.
What you want? Yeah, I'm gonna give you one of these. Oh yeah. I can't short you. See, I don't like the jalapenos, but if I eat them one-on-one, the jalapenos, I'm done for.
Really?
Oh, I'll be on the
mouth-
toilet too
my
for
mouth
like
is
7
numb.
days.
7 days, huh? Just letting it ride.
Bro, you know how I am. If I eat Taco Bell, I'm down and out for 48 hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you shouldn't have did that. I just spit, and I don't care. You probably shouldn't have did that because your face is.
I'm really controlling myself a little better this time.
You just like the taste is so good, but it's hot. It stays in there.
Oh, good lord!
Whoo!
Somebody call 911, baby.
911, what's your emergency? You could probably call 911. They hang up on you.
I'd say send the fire truck. They'd be like, "You already got it."
That's what
My
they call
nose is starting to run now.
They call this fire truck. Oh man. See, I thought I couldn't handle it because you know how I am. Like I don't like anything hot.
This is just getting hotter, just like that stuff last week.
You know what I like? Hot ice.
What?
To put it on my arm. Hot ice.
Okay.
Do you remember? You don't remember that? What movie that's from?
No.
Remember Henry Rowan Gardner?
Yeah.
What was that called?
Rookie of the Year?
Was it Rookie of the Year?
Yeah.
Remember he's got the guy who's his pitching coach, and he's like, "Here's the key to success for like healing his arm." Hot ice.
Oh yeah.
You don't remember? And he gets.
I do.
Okay. Yeah, you're hurting
I
right now.
can't- I
This is
can't.
great. I love it.
I can't do that.
I love it, guys. This is the best thing ever.
Ugh.
All right, you want me to kind of finish it?
Every part of my face is sweating.
You are right now, and I love it.
Even my eyelashes.
Hey, you're kind of getting a workout while you're eating. You get to eat and work out at the same time.
You see that?
You've been doing a lot of crunches and sit-ups and.
I'm gonna wear a size medium shirt next week just to look stronger.
All right, man. Let's kind of wrap it up here.
Oh god.
I'll let you kind of.
Talk, bro.
Okay,
I can't speak.
I got you. So, guys, we're gonna have some future guests. Our first guest is gonna be next Monday because of the holiday.
Well, we don't know the day. We don't know when we're gonna release it.
We don't know when we're gonna release it.
So
but
next week or episode 3, we'll have a guest, right?
yes, it's gonna be our first one.
Oh god. Go ahead.
I'm not going to tell you obviously who it is. I'm just going to give you a little sneak peek on, or a little bit of info. He was a standout athlete for football and basketball back in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. And he coaches and has been in the community for a long time. And in my opinion, one of the best to come through in that era, and was just, very impressive to watch. And I always looked up to him. So he's going to be coming on, and we're going to kind of continue that on each week. We're going to come with, man, you're really hurting, aren't you? I feel bad.
This just keeps, it's like the Energizer Bunny.
I can't believe you're getting, like, I feel like you're
good?
Nothing. I feel like I ate nothing.
Oh, I feel like I just got punched in the mouth a couple times.
Have you ever been punched in the mouth?
Yeah.
Really?
I've been knocked out before.
Oh, man. Dude, I don't think I've never been punched. Somebody swung on me one time at the roller den when we were in 8th grade and missed.
Was it me?
No, it was not you.
Oh.
And they missed.
Yeah, I got punched so hard I don't even remember it. So.
Well, then we're on different opposite ends of the spectrum.
I'll remember this heat. Wow.
It's fire, man. It's
I
going.
need another one. Just kidding. I'm going to wait until later.
Are you going to have to? So, yeah, that's what we're going to do with the guest. As far as that, just got social media platforms. You're good with the social media. Tell them how to, like, reach out.
So here's where we're at. So we have currently an Instagram. We have a Facebook page. We have a Snapchat. And we have a YouTube. Now, in addition to all this, if you just go to honeywellheroes.com, we have our own website.
Okay.
It will bring you
all right
to a page where it has all of our links. It has a Spotify link to listen to our podcast. It has Apple Podcast link. It has all the links. And then it also has like our social media links too. So if you literally just go to honeywellheroes.com, you can find everything. So that's what we need you to do. And please subscribe to our YouTube. Please follow us on the social medias. Follow us on Spotify, all that stuff. Any way you can connect to us so when we release our next one and you get notified, that's what we need. Because we can't do this without you guys. I mean, we could, technically, but then we would be talking to nobody. It's like when the tree falls in the forest, did it make a sound, you know? Because if nobody hears it, does it really make a sound? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are we just talking, or are we yelling?
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm saying.
You're right.
I'm so hot right now, dude. Wow.
No, I got you. No, we appreciate you all. The only way we could do this is with you guys. And again, the feedback, just kind of like we were talking about the first one. I did a lot of Steelers talk, but here's the thing. I love the Steelers. I could talk about them for years, but I know what the listeners want. We just wanted to kind of show you these first two, what direction we want to go, getting the community involved. We still want to talk about the things we like, but it's more geared towards you guys and bettering the community, getting everything out there and working together. So appreciate y'all. I love y'all. You can,
you can have the best day of your life. If you're listening to this in the morning, have a wonderful day at work. If you're listening to this at night, have a wonderful night's sleep. My name's Random Tanner, and this is
JP Stenda.
And we are
signing off.
Honeywell Heroes. See you next week.
Adios.